The second step in this video is to, after the your and the shape come in and bounce, is to have the restore slide in and kind of compress like it's hitting a wall. It looks something like this. So to do that, we're going to open up this layer to get to the transform. These are the things we can manipulate. So I also opened up the first layer so I can see where all of my effects are taking place, because I want them to line up. So when this rotates and bounces in, this is going to slide in and kind of bounce against that wall. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have restore where I want it, and in my timeline indicator, I'm going to leave that at 0. I'm going to set my position. So the first position is going to be here, and I'm going to click on my stopwatch to set a keyframe there. I'm going to move this over, hold my shift key down, and it will snap to. It's at 2 seconds. I'm going to set another keyframe here. Now the reason I did it that way is for the second keyframe I wanted restore to be in the same position it is right now. So I set that, and now I'm going to go back to 0. We're going to pull this off of the page. So what that will do is it will allow that to come in at the same time your is bouncing in. So that brings it in to 2 seconds, and it stops right there. Now the last thing I need to do is just compress this a little bit on itself. So I'm going to use scale for that. So we'll go down here, and looking at this, you'll see that I need to go back up here to my anchor point, and I'm going to move this over to the very edge. And what that will allow me to do, I always double check to make sure this is still working the way I want it. So once I get over here, this anchor point is going to allow me to change the scale. And what I'm going to do is click on scale, and right here I'm okay with it the way it is. So I'm going to set a keyframe for scale there. Let's move it over just a tiny little bit. We don't want this to be too exaggerated or drawn out. I'm going to unlink the horizontal and vertical, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink this in on itself on the second keyframe. Not too much, just a little bit of a bounce, like 85% here. And then I'm going to go over about the same distance here to here, and set a new keyframe and bring this back to 100. So this is what it will look like. Now when I look at this transition here, when this starts to compress, if I look at these, chances are they're going to be just straight, a straight V here. So it starts here, comes in here, and goes up here. So that might be just a touch choppy where it comes in and goes right back out on that V shape. So what I'm going to do is on my scale, I'm going to control click, and I'm going to tell that to easy ease. What that will do on these is it will make them look like a curve at the bottom. So this one curves in so it eases, this one curves. And on this bottom part, I'm going to grab these handles and pull them out even further. Kind of like where the handle hits the top anchor point and here. So now that will ease even more. See how it kind of, when you look at it now, it comes in and just slowly, just gently bounces in and out. Looks better than just that straight V that we had before. So if we go out of here, now we will see that these will both come in. Your bounces. After your bounces, the restore is all the way where it's supposed to be. It slides all the way in, and then that will bounce in just a little bit. This one actually looks better than the first video I created, so I like this one a little bit better because it has that gentle smooth curve to help it bounce in. So that's it. That's how you get the Restore to slide in and bounce on itself. Thank you.